What's going on? What's going on? 10 free magazines to anybody that's incarcerated. So if you have a loved one that's doing time in prison, today we are giving away 10 free magazines. We're going to send to your loved ones that's currently doing time in prison. So if you have a loved one that's doing time in prison, we are going to send them a copy of Street Elements magazine on the house today. I feel like giving away being righteous today. So I'm going to give away 10 magazines. So if you got a loved one that's currently serving time in state or federal prison, in federal prison, you have no problem. Some state prisons don't allow things to be mailed in. But if you have a loved one that's currently serving time in prison, we're going to give away 10 magazines a day. We're going to give away 10 magazines a day, all right? It will be up for you guys to send me their information. You send me their information, I send them off a copy of Street Elements magazine, with the longest running magazine publication in the nation right now. Black owned. If you got a loved one doing time in prison, if you have a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, I need another, I probably should have went live on this phone. Then I could have went live from other joint. What's up, YouTube? What's up, TikTok? If you got a loved one that's currently in state or federal prison, today we're giving away 10 magazines. We're going to send them off to your people. It's people that are currently incarcerated. They do not receive no mail. They don't receive no mail, no nothing. So we know how it is out here on the outside. Sometimes things out here, so you kind of forget your people behind the wall. They get some today. So if you got a loved one that's currently serving time in prison, if you have a loved one that's currently serving time in prison, we are going to send them a copy of Street Elements magazine for free. We are the #1 magazine publication in the nation. We've been doing this for over 16 years. Black owned, family owned. And we're going to keep doing this. This is for the men and women, but if you got a loved one, preferably, not it's really made, some males, kind of like a XXL, Fed magazine, Don Diva, Street Elements is just one of a kind. It's kind of all of it mixed in together, We educate them on business. Let me show y'all some stuff we got in here. We got this attorney out of Texas inside of the. Show you some things that's in. We had Boosted when he was advertising his cologne inside of here. This is some of the things you see inside of a Street Elements magazine. So if you want to send your loved one a copy, send me their information. What's up? Yeah, man, if you got a loved one that's doing time in prison, man, today we're going to send them something. So if you got a loved one that's currently serving time in prison, state or federal, y'all send me their information. I'm only sending out 10. So the first 10, send me their information. Then we'll be the first 10 people that receive of a magazine, So there goes Sauce Walker. If you got a loved one that's currently serving time in prison, state or federal, if you want to send them a nice magazine, something that they're going to read, entertain themselves, educate themselves through content. This is the longest running magazine publication in the nation. When Don Diva shut down, when Feds magazine shut down, Street Elements kept pushing. This is a Texas issue. So if you got somebody out there in Texas, they'll look at them slabs, you see? So if you got a loved one that's currently serving time in state or federal prison, we are sending out 10 free magazines a day. 10 free magazines a day will be going out to any one of y'all loved ones, y'all family members that's out there in the free world. Send your people something. It ain't gonna cost you nothing but to send me over their information. Now look how easy I'm gonna make that for you. It don't cost you nothing but to send me over their information. and we're gonna send them a copy of this magazine right here. When they sit back at night, let me tell y'all something. When they close them doors around when they tell you about 8:30, 8:45 that man is gonna be locked down, everybody run around looking for a book, some newspaper, a Western book, something to read, man, some law work. They're looking for something to read, a magazine. They're looking for something to read, man. Every night this shit goes on inside behind the walls, man. Every night this stuff goes on, man. People run around them prison compounds looking for something to read to get their mind on what's going on. Cinema Street Elements for free today. We got my man Rainwater in there. All right. If you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, currently doing time in state or federal prison, you can send them something today for free. And the only thing you got to do is just send me over their information. Just send me over their name, DC number, where to mail it to, What's up, Bird? Help spread the message. If anybody got a loved one doing time in prison, and there's so many people incarcerated, man. If you got a cousin, brother, nephew, son, or somebody who you just know, send them a copy of a magazine today for free. You see? For free. For free. Just send me their information. You see? If you got a loved one, Kim Young, which Kim Young that is? If you got a loved one doing time in prison, send them a copy of Street Elements Magazine, the #1 magazine publication in the nation. We've been in this now for going on 16 years. If you got a loved one currently doing time in prison, state or federal prison, send them a copy of Street Elements Magazine today. And the only thing you got to do is just send me over their information. Just send me over there. Send me their name, DC number, register number, so forth and so on. We'll make it happen. Hello? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all, I'm on live right now. Okay. Hey, if you got a loved one doing time in prison, state or federal prison, send them a copy of the #1 magazine publication. And this is the newest issue right here with Big X the plug on it. This is the newest issue right here. Y'all know he doing big things out there in the world, man. Y'all know he doing big things out there if you out there in the entertainment industry. So if you got a loved one that's doing time in prison, I'm gonna make this thing so easy for you today because I like to look out for my people that's doing time behind them walls, man. Some guys just make mistakes. Some guys need a second opportunity. And I understand that if you can get some good content in there, because they ain't getting nothing there to read, you know. But if you get some content to read, you know, sometimes you can change their mind. You know, sometimes you can change their mind by actually just getting them the right material to read while they in the. See, I got this right here. Look, I got these 3 tips how to stay out of prison. Let me see something. Somebody see me. How do you mirror this? Nope, I don't want that. Let me see something. I ain't gonna worry about it over here. Can I do it over here? That's on. So I guess I'm good over there. I don't know about YouTube. Anyway, look, I got my 3 tips how to stay out of prison. 3 tips how to stay out of prison right here. So this is how we want to help them, man. If you send your people that's doing time in prison, we're going to get them these 3 tips how to stay out of prison. They may read this article, may change their mindset. You see? They may change their mindset. Gonna change their mindset. Let me send this over to her. Let me see. So if you got a loved one doing time in prison, if you got a loved one currently doing time in prison, I'm gonna get 10 magazines and we give them away for free today. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this might be the last one of these. Let me see. Nah, we ain't talking about no damn warranty, man. You got a loved one doing time in prison, send them something for free today. Y'all want to send somebody something for free today? For free. For free. For free. If you got a loved one doing time in prison, you can send your people a free magazine today. Just send me over their information. What's going on, Kiki? You were calling me. I was on live.
Be waiting.
Huh?
Okay. Hey, Daddy. How you doing?
All right. You were calling me. I was on live.
Yeah, I had to. We was trying to verify TCC. I was trying to make sure that the building was on Nebraska.
Oh yeah. That's my office location.
Yeah.
That's it.
Tempo. Yep, Tempo.
Okay. If you got a loved one doing time in prison, if you got a loved one that's doing time in prison, state or federal prison, you can send your people something today for free. Only thing you got to do is send me their name, DC number, what prison they at, the mailing address, and we're going to send out 10 free magazines today. So if you want to send your people something, what's good? What's good? You got a loved one doing time in prison? You got any family member, cousin, nephew, friend of yours, or your sister, whatever, that's currently incarcerated? Man, just send me a message, send me their information, and we're going to make sure we take that today. They're going to get a copy of Street Elements Magazine, the longest running magazine publication in the nation. In the nation, all right? So if you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, our goal is to send them a copy of Street Elements Magazine. Okay, that's what's up, man. Tell your uncle that's what's up. Stay out. He just got out. That's good. That's what's up. That's what's up. If you got a loved one doing time in prison, send them a copy of Street Elements Magazine, man. There's nothing like hearing your name doing mail call, man. For sure, man. They're going to love it, man. You know, we got big extra plug on this one right here. Show you some of the content that's in it. You know, there's some of the content that's in it. You know, this is some of the content that's inside of the Street Element. Who put them babies? I got to see them babies. Them babies got to be in there. But we ain't got them all naked and stuff like that. But they in there now. They got to see that, you know. You see? We got some stuff in here about Bitcoin, XRP, investing in real estate. You know? So it's a lot of different content that's inside of this publication. You know, so if you got a loved one that you want to send them something today for free, this don't cost you nothing. Look, if you want one, I send you one for free. They ain't necessarily got to be incarcerated. The reason I say incarcerated, because I understand people don't send people stuff all the time. You know, life's still going on out here. Sometimes the guys on the inside don't understand that. You got life out here, so if you just think about them today and you just want to send them something, you know, boom, I'm going to send them something for you today for free. On me. It's on me. I'm sending out 10 free magazines. I want to impact 10 people today, and I hope y'all can help me. It could be 10 rappers. Y'all know some rappers? Like to go get a copy of a Street Elements magazine? Do you know the rappers that y'all want to send one to? We'll do that. It don't really make a difference um, who it is, you know? So if you know somebody that's incarcerated, it don't necessarily have to be your loved one. If you just know somebody that's incarcerated and you have their information for me to send them something, we may even send them a copy of Brush Business Magazine. They may get one of these on GP. You never know. But if you got a loved one that's currently incarcerated, or if you just want one for yourself, if you just want one for yourself, you know, we will send you people or send you a copy of Street Elements Magazine, man. Appreciate that, man. That's all we're doing. We're trying to impact 10 people today, man. 10 people today for free. That's on me. That's what I'm doing today to give back. I know it's some men and women, especially a lot of men that's doing time in prison, you know, and I know how it is for your people on the outside. Sometimes, man, you don't have time to send them a letter or a card or something like that, so they kind of get left behind the walls. But I want to impact them today. I want to send them a free magazine, man. So y'all help me send 10 people a magazine that don't have the opportunity to receive things on a regular basis, man. That's how we can give back, man. That's how we can something in there that's gonna teach them something, you know. Actually, this magazine been around for a long time. I started this magazine, and I'm gonna tell y'all the history about it, right? So I started this magazine in 2006, and I kind of piggyback off Don Diva magazine and Fed magazine, and you had Double XL, you had Ozone, and the things I liked about the Don Diva and the Fed magazines, they was really they had stories of guys that had made a name for themselves in the streets. And you know, back then I was still in the streets, so I was trying to find my way out of the streets. So I had to figure out which lane I wanted to go in. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna make a magazine, man. I'm gonna create a magazine, but it's gonna be based on the legends out the South. Just like they had the Miami Kingpins and things like that. That's how I came up with Street Ellis magazine. So yeah, I can send it to your son Moody. I can send it to him in North Carolina. I just send a lot of magazines in North Carolina. Yeah, you send me just text me his mailing address, DC number. Well, I might send him 2 of them because I was gonna send out 10. I don't know if anybody else sent me a message. You know, I was gonna send out 10. I got 49 people over here on YouTube. He's gonna get one. All right, so let me put that over there. What he gonna get? I'm gonna send him one of these, and I'm gonna send him one of these. So that's what Moody gonna get. He gonna get 2. On you, just because you took the time out to let me know he over there. You send me his information, he gonna get that. Okay, so we got 8 more to go. 8 more to go. Y'all help me reach my target. I got a target of 10 magazines that I wish to give away for free. 10. I got 8 left. All right. Y'all help me reach my goal. I got 8 left. 8 magazines that I want to send to somebody that's currently incarcerated, state or federal prison. State or federal prison. If you want it for yourself, even a rapper, if you know a rapper that's currently incarcerated, send me their information. I'm going to send them one. Also, look, while I'm here, while I got this up, y'all can order my partner. He got a book out called Pressure, or Federal Pressure, OG Gigavelli. Y'all can order this book online. Yeah, let me see. I need one send to my homie. Yeah, send me his magazine. Send me his information, Joe. Send me his information. Boom. There we go. We got 7 left to go. 7 left to go. We got 7 magazines to go to get rid of. On GP, this on me today. Phone about to go dead. One phone about to go dead. Y'all give me a second. All right, I'm back. YouTube. Now, get anybody on YouTube that got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison. That wish to see a copy magazine for free today. For free. This don't cost you nothing but to text me their information. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just text me the information. And they're going to get that. All right? If you got a loved one, let me see. Send my part. Let me see. Hey, anybody on YouTube? We got 70 people over here on YouTube. If you got a loved one doing time in prison, go ahead and send them a copy. A Street Elements magazine, the #1 magazine publication in the nation. We've been doing it for over 16 years. Black owned, family owned. And I would like to impact 10 people. Well, I can only impact 8, but my goal is 10, because Moody gonna get 2, because his people, and Joe. So Joe, I'm gonna put Joe's on over there. And Joe, where your people locked up at? Where they locked up at? Yeah, y'all help me reach that goal today, man. I appreciate that. I need for y'all to help me reach that goal today. And YouTube, man, y'all help me push this thing to 100,000, man. We almost got 100,000 subscribers. So these 56 people that's on this live, if y'all not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, so we can keep informing you guys of making sure you guys make the best decisions out here in the streets, man, while you can, man. You know? Man, look, we like to make sure we get impact 10 people today, man. 10 people lives today, man. It's nothing like hearing your name doing mail call. It's nothing like hearing your name doing mail call. If you ever been incarcerated and if you don't know what I'm talking about, ever been incarcerated, man, you know what that mail call is, man. That mail call hits you right here, man, especially when you receive something from your people. All right? So if you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, I would encourage y'all to send me the information so we can send them a magazine for free. We want to send them a magazine for free. That's what we want to do today. If you're from Tennessee, this magazine right here was created for a guy in Tennessee. He's currently incarcerated right now. He created this magazine. He called me and he wanted to do his own custom magazine. So we created his custom magazine for himself, for him to be able to do what he wanted to do, and it's the Street Elements magazine. So this is his own custom Street Elements magazine, you know. Here goes some of the content. Here goes some of the content, so y'all guys can see what you're sending your people. So you can see what you're sending your people. All right? This is what you're going to send them right here. A nice, high quality magazine for free. For free. For free. A nice, high quality magazine for free. Leroy Horn, you said you sent something? I sent my homie info on my IG. Okay, I'll double check. Okay, so boom, you send your people. I got one from YouTube. Appreciate that. Anyway, this is what you're gonna send your people right here, man. If you got a loved one, okay, else. Hey, send it to my message. Send it to my message. Can I screenshot that? But send them a message. I screenshotted it though. That's for Moody. That's for him. Like I said, it's nothing like hearing your name doing mail call, man. If you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, it's nothing like hearing your name doing mail call. Believe that. I know for sure. I done been behind them. You know, no problem, man. Trying to help. Look, I got my favorite article I like to put inside every magazine. My favorite article I like to put in every magazine. Let me find it for you. Let me find it for you. Right here, man, my 3 tips how to stay out of prison. So hopefully little Moody read this right here, and I give him 3 tips how to stay out of prison. You see? 3 tips how to stay out of prison. Three tips how to stay out of prison. That's why I want to send it to someone doing time in prison right now. That's why I want to show them how to stay out of prison. You can do a lot more for your family out here in the free world than you can behind them gates. You can do a lot more for your family out here in the free world than you can behind them gates or behind them walls. I'm going to say it again. You can do more for your family out here in the free world than you can behind them gates or behind them walls. If you got a young man that's out there in the streets and he's running around with his head cut off, he don't know what he's doing, he being a follower, he's trying to get a name for himself, I want y'all to tell him you can do more for your family and for yourself out here in the free world than you can behind them walls or behind them gates. Now, if I'm wrong, straighten me. But I'm telling them the truth. So if you got a young man that's out there that's messing up in the streets, and you see he going down the wrong path, tell him KC said, man, you can do more for yourself out here in the free world than you can behind them gates. When you get behind them gates, you got to stay a tough guy until they let you out. You got to stay a tough guy until they let you out. All right? Now let's go. I got Moody. Joe gonna send me his people. Leroy Hunter. So that's 4 magazines. Let me throw 4 over those. Which one? What's 4? Boom. We need 6 more people to impact. I need 6 more people to impact before I get off this live. All right? If you got a loved one that's currently doing time in state or federal prison, if you have a loved one that's doing time in state or federal prison, you can send a copy of Street Elements magazine today for free. For free. I just want to look out for somebody. I know how it is to be locked up behind them walls and then to hear your name doing mail call. I know how that feels. See? Let me see. Hey, appreciate, man. Hey, look, dude, you got a homeboy or somebody that's currently doing time in prison? I would like to send them a magazine to Illinois on me, just on GP. Just on GP. I just want to just give them something. I want to give them my 3 tips how to stay out of prison. Every magazine. I mean, we gotta have them babies in there. I'm not gonna lie. It is some girls in here. They want to see this. They want to see that too. Now they want to see Megan Thee Stallion. You know, they want to see these young rappers coming up. You know, but I always got them 3 tips how to stay out of prison. They can't miss them 3 tips how to stay out of prison. They can't miss them 3 tips how to stay out of prison. They can't miss that. There's no way they can miss that. See, I'm gonna make sure they get what they want, but I got to get to them a little bit too. Let me show you these 3 tips how to stay out of prison, because most of these guys get knocked. See, most of these guys get knocked, so when they get out, I want to make sure I did my best to try and impact them in a positive way. See, that's what I want to do. That's my way of giving back. I want to try and impact these guys in a positive way. So when they get up out of prison, they can say, man, KC did it. If KC did it, man, I can do it. If KC can get out and stay out of prison, man, I can do the same thing. You can do more for your family out here in the free world than you can behind them walls or behind them gates. And if you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison right now, if you got a loved one that is currently doing time in prison, you need to send them a copy of the #1 magazine publication in the nation. The #1 magazine publication in the nation. And if you follow me on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and push us to 100,000. We almost at 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I appreciate every one of y'all that put that button. All right? But if you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, let me help them. Look, let us help them by sending them a copy of Street Elements magazine for free. For free. Oh, your husband in federal prison? Send me his information, Stacey Aces. Send me his information. Leave me a message. Leave a comment with his information. Or if you're not, go to TikTok, look up Street Elements magazine. Leave me a message with his name, DC number. We done probably been to all federal prisons. This magazine probably done touched down in every federal prison in the United States. If not everyone, at least 85% of them. You know, that's what's up. Was your transition from the streets to a clean life very difficult? Cause mine was a challenge. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. It is difficult because once you get out, whatever you was kind of doing before is always there available, you know. But with my support system and understanding, I had to make an understanding with myself that I'm more valuable on the streets. You know, I'm a hustler. I like money. I'm more valuable on the streets. So if I'm more valuable on the streets, I ain't no value behind the wall or behind them gates, them barbed wire gates. I ain't valuable back there. I can't do my family no justice back there, so I got to stay out. My mama getting old, kids getting old. You got to be out here and play your part. You feel me? When you get released from prison as a man, you have to be out here to play your part for your loved ones, the one that's going to depend on you. You know, if you got a mom that was looking out for you when you were doing your bid, it's your job to look out for her. You feel what I'm saying? It's your job. It's your responsibility. But, you know, our mindset different these days, man. You know, these days, they got everybody thinking it's for self. You can't do nothing by yourself. You go to work by you, but you can't build nothing by yourself. Nothing can be built by yourself. You always need participants. Good or bad. Good or bad. You can't show me you build something without using resources from someone else. It's no way possible. That's why we struggle so much. Our women believe that they can do everything by themselves. Our men believe we got to do everything by ourselves, so then now we separated. We're not working together as a unit. Well, I always see ants work better together. I ain't never seen an ant bed or an ant trying to act solo. Have y'all ever seen that? Have you ever seen an ant trying to do it all by themselves? Trying to build a nest, have the eggs, take care of the babies, go hunt. Nah, they work as a team. They work as a team. I ain't got nothing in my life by myself. I'd be lying. God will strike me down right now if I say I did anything by myself. I ain't did nothing by myself. Everything I have done, I had done with help. The main person has been my mother. She's been one of the most supportive people I can have in my life. Without a good support system, it's hard for you to build. You know? And I done had some wonderful women in my life that helped me build, continue to build. You gotta have that, man. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I guess that's why most of our guys stay in the streets, because they don't got that support system. You got to have people that love you, that don't want to see you going back and forth to prison. If you got somebody with you and they see you committing crimes and doing things that can put you in prison, and they ain't telling you, baby, that you need to do it differently, man, they don't value it like you think they do. Because you're more valuable on the streets again. Once again, it goes right back to being more valuable on the streets. You know? It is what it is. But anyway, let's get back to my goal. Okay, hold on. You just sent me some. He said, Edgefield, I done sent plenty of magazines up there. Edgefield, y'all done sent plenty of magazines up there. Send me his information. I'm going to send him how old he is. Give me about what age frame he is. He's an older guy. He's in the 30s. He's in the 40s. 50, it don't make a difference. I just want to know his age, But if you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, if you have a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, send them a copy of the #1 magazine publication in the nation. That's Street Elements Magazine, hands down. Google us. That's all you got to do is Google us. And we're going to send your people something for free today. It ain't going to cost you nothing. Normally, this magazine will cost you about, oh, yeah, he my age. He my age. So I'm going to send him, you know what? I might even send him a business magazine. I might send him a business magazine. What we got in here? Where he from? Where he originally from? Where's he originally? Where he grew up at? In Carolina? Cause like this magazine right here, kind of like Texas based. You know, this kind of Texas based. So this guy from like out there in Texas. This one right here, this like Tennessee based. Oh, he from Oklahoma? Well, I can send him anything. I'm gonna send him this Texas magazine. Then he from Oklahoma. I'm gonna send him this. Or I might send him the Big Extra Plug. So one of these, cause both of these kind of Texas based. All right, so you sent me his information, like I say. Send it on TikTok. I'm seeing I screenshot that. You say here, Ed, it's up to you to get me his information. I got his magazine over there. So we got, 5 more people that I want to impact today. I want to impact 5 more lives today. If y'all gonna help me impact 5 lives today. J-Dog, what's up, man? Look at here. I want to send somebody a magazine today for free. That's what I want to do. KC felt it in my heart today to say, you know what? I want to affect 10 lives today. I want to make 10 people smile next week when I put these magazines inside take them to the post office and I send them off and these guys get a magazine. They ain't know nobody was sending them nothing. They didn't know nobody was sending them nothing. Then they call Nate Johnson. Mail. He go up there. Or Moo. Mail. And they go up there and get a magazine. And they're going to say, man, who sent me this? Who sent me this? Oh, man, hold on. What? Look, 3 day trading tips. 3 day trading tips. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of information that you sending your people. Now, I got them babies in there too, but look, they got them 3 day trading tips. I'm giving them information. You see, this is my way to try and attack the brain, attack the mind. I got to put it in the book. They say if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in the book. What I know when they're in prison, they're looking for books. When them young black men be in prison, be incarcerated behind the walls, they start looking for books. I know this. So, I said, I'm going to be slick. Since they back there and they looking for books, I'm going to make one that I know they're going to read. So I made something that I know they're going to read and they're going to share amongst others. So when I send it to one person, I'm really sending it to the whole dorm. I'm really sending it to the whole prison. I'm really sending it. If this guy from Oklahoma, all his Oklahoma homeboys going to get to read this magazine. If this guy here from Carolina, All his Carolina homeboys gonna read this one magazine. So I may be sending it to one person. Oh man, Street Elements been in business now going on since 2006, man. Damn, that's 20, damn, that's 19 years, right? I keep saying 16, that's 19 years. Next year, I'll be 20 years. And I went to the feds. Let me tell you something about this magazine. When I left and went to the feds, I had just started this magazine. My mama kept it running for me. Remember I was telling you how supportive? You gotta have people that support you. My mama kept it running for me. I told her to shut it down. I remember this story. I said, Mom, let's go ahead and shut it down because I just knew the financial burden it would put on her to try and keep it going. She said, no, I'm going to keep it going. I said, damn. I said, damn. She said, I'm going to keep it going. Psh. Man, they don't make them like that no more, boy. I swear to God, boy. It's going to be hard for us to find women like that, boy. I swear to God. She kept it going, man. She kept it going, man. I'm in Ocala County Jail, facing a federal charge for trafficking 4 kilos of cocaine. And I just know what it took for me to get the business going. I knew how much it costed for me to get it established and how much I knew it's a lot. It was a lot. And now I'm locked up. I'm thinking about, damn, man, I just started this magazine. Man, what is fun happened to it? Man, damn, I done fucked up. Excuse my language. That's my mindset. I'm like, man, I done fucked up. And then to hear my mama say, nah, I'm gonna keep it going. Boy, look at here. Boy, listen, boy. Like I'm telling you, that was a touchy subject. She said, I'm gonna keep it going, man. Yeah, man, this magazine done been to U.S. Cannon. Yeah, see, yeah, he done been to all the USPs. He know I ain't lying. So if you got a loved one doing time in prison, send him a copy of Street Elements magazine, man. This magazine done probably done been to every federal prison. I done made it all the way out to the West Coast, you know. I done made it all the way out to the West Coast. I done sent it to Canada. I done sent it to a lot of different places, man. MDCs. I sent a little dirt one. This magazine have been all around the federal system. Now the state system in Florida, yes. Georgia, somewhat Alabama, but I really want to start hitting them other states, prison and facilities with these magazines. So if you got somebody that's in state prison and looking to get a copy of Street Element magazine, hey, I'm gonna send them one for free today. I got 5 more people that can get a free magazine today. I got 5 more people, so I'm looking for 5 more people to send out a magazine. So you still got both your copies? That's what's up. Man, we got a Texas issue. Man, we got a Texas issue right here. My homeboy Black Cortez that's currently locked up at Polar. You say Texas? Man, this is an old Texas issue. Look at that right there. See them slabs in there? You know that's a Texas issue, man. You know that's a Texas issue with them slabs in there, man. Come on now. You see? That's a Texas issue. Especially Houston with them slabs in there. Come on now. This is a long run. I know what they want, man. I done been in there, so ain't nobody gonna make a magazine better for the homies inside the joint but me. I done been in there. I know what they want. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. This Texas right here, man. This is a Texas issue. You see what I'm saying? This is Texas. When I say Texas, it got more artists from Texas area that do anything else. You see, you got Zoe, what are they? Zoe Million. You see, that new Texas, that new Texas wave. Yeah. So if you got a loved one doing time in prison, man, we got 5 more family members, 5 more individuals I want to impact today. So if you got somebody that's doing time in prison, if you got some, I done been on this live like 45 minutes, man. So I want to get rid of 5 more magazines. If I can't miss my quota, at least we got 5 of them going out. So if you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison and you would like to send them a copy of a magazine today, go ahead and send me the information. And you can send them a copy of Street Elements Magazine, the #1 magazine publication in the nation, the longest running magazine publication in the nation. So, okay, there goes Stacy. I got you on TikTok. Yeah, send me a message, Stacy. Okay, you was in Atlanta, Minnesota, New Jersey. Okay, bet. You got some homies still locked up that you want to send a copy of a magazine? If you got a homie, man, just send me his information, and I send him a magazine for you. We got 5 more issues that we want to send out today, man. So I know everybody move around this Saturday, but if you got a loved one that's currently serving time in state or federal prison, let's put a smile on their face today. Let's put a smile on their face today by sending them a copy of Street Elements Magazine. Believe me, when they receive it, they're going to put a smile on their face. They're going to go back. Look, when they get that magazine, they're going to say, who sent me this? Hey, mom, or whoever, who sent me this, right? And when they get it, they're going to take it back to the door. They're going to go back to their cell or to their bunk. And they're going to sit back, right? And they're going to start going page for page. First, they're going to look through it. First, they're going to scan through it like this. You see, first, they're going to scan through it. First, they're going to sit back and scan through it like this. So they're going to scan through it, right? They're going to follow on that page right there. Bam. They're going to follow on that page right there. You see that right there? That's what they're going to follow on. They go some, ooh, look what they're going to follow on. You see? They're going to follow on this page. They're going to say, damn. Hey, who sent me this? Look at that article right there. Beating depression. You see? Beating depression. Man, there's some guys in there depressed right now because they probably ain't coming home. Boy say he bought his home. That's what I'm talking about, man. Godchild. Godchild say he bought his Street Elements Magazine home. He bought him home. Because these are, listen, you get one of these, everybody don't have these. Everybody on the compound don't have these. It's just like a straight stunner. Everybody don't have them. So if your people end up with one of these, he has a collector's item. These magazines are like collector's items. Trust me when I tell you that. This just ain't no, if you send it to him, he gonna keep it his whole time now. All right? These are collector items. Trust me. This is a collector's item. This was my 3rd magazine that I had put together. This how I started. This is where we at now. You see how we done evolved? This is where we started. This was the 3rd one I put together. This is how we done evolved. Look, dude said he went to war by this magazine, man. They don't play by the magazines, man. And man, you get one of these, man, you go, man, everywhere you go, you got something that everybody don't have. So this is how important it is for me to send it to somebody, especially in a state prison. Because I know like in Alabama, Mississippi, different places like that, they probably haven't seen the Street Elements yet. But so if you got a loved one that's currently doing time in state or federal prison, I'm going to get off. I got, 8 more minutes to be on here, then I'm going to get off. But if you got a loved one that's doing time, hey, man, just go ahead and send me the information, man. It don't make a difference. And we're going to send them a copy of the #1 magazine publication in the nation. The #1 magazine publication. And this is that Bobby Fitzgerald issue with the beautiful Bernice Burgos on here. All right. So if you got a loved one that's doing time, there you go. The magazine, like you hit the lottery. It's like you hit the lottery. If you receive a Street Elements magazine on your bid, it's like you hit the lottery. Everybody don't got them. Say a guy got it from Carolina. He ain't letting everybody get this. Him and a select few, because dude play games about these magazines. They act like they lost them. You know, they act like they lost them or some shit like that. Play games with you, rip out pages. You know what I'm saying? Open saying, oh man, I let somebody else hold it. See? Okay, look, send me your brother the information. Text me. That'll be 2 more. That'll be 2 more. 1, 2. I got 2 more left. I got 2 more magazines left. I have 2 more magazines left. All right? I have 2 more magazines left to sell out. Hey, listen up. If you got a loved one doing time in prison, if you have a loved one doing time in prison, I have 2 more magazines to send out for free. 2 more magazines to send out for free, man. 2 more. 2 more magazines to send out for free. If you got a loved one doing time for prison, if you got a loved one that's currently doing time in prison, today is your day to send them something for free on me. You can send them something for free on me. All right? You can send your people something for free. If they are behind the walls or currently incarcerated in state or federal prison, you can send them a copy of the #1 magazine publication in the nation. We've been doing this for 19 years now. 19 years. Send them a copy of Street Elements magazine. All right? I'm about to end this live. We got 2 more magazines, so I may send the people who send me their information. Your people may get 2. You know, my goal was to send out 10, and if I don't get the 10 individuals, 10 people individually, I'm just going to just send out 10. So somebody may get 2 of them, so forth and so on. But I appreciate you guys' time. We almost reached our goal, but it is what it is, man. Make it happen or you cap it.